All right, here's my 1976 International Scout II Terra. After restoration, we just tack in some EDPM rubber roofing for the bed, just to kind of protect it a little bit from getting scuffed up. These are the original seats. I just put on some cheap Costco seat covers for now. This is the removable rear panel. You've got an extra foot of leg room back here when the second row seat is installed, and you have the option to install a third row seat that you could hover over the tire wells and face it backwards like an old station wagon. Interior, dash looks pretty good. It's got a tilt steering, which is kind of nice. You can lower and raise. Gas gauge, of course, doesn't work yet. Easy install for a stereo. You can add some speakers. It's got an original analog clock there, which is kind of cool. Again, we just added rubber. All the flooring is good underneath. This is automatic doors. You just painted the steel panels black. Pretty simple. Missing the wiper blades. I think on the listing there I have some other things that might be needed to be done. It's got a cool push bumper with some hooks for towing. Added the aftermarket fender flares. These are steel wheels, original. Just painted them black. Added some cheap tire, 31-inch tires. Need to replace the shocks. That'll give you another inch of lift. When you make a left turn, you get a little rub on the front tires because the shocks are original and worn. We can get in and get her started. It's cold right now, so the park is kind of tricky. It sometimes doesn't get all the way in park. There she goes. It's got a nice dual exhaust, nothing fancy, but it gives it a nice sound. Nice little rumble. There's your left exhaust. Your rear exhaust there. Take a look under the hood. I just got a new air filter for it, so I'll get the air filter housing installed. You got the heater here, or I guess the blower. It's got a AC compressor. You can see the engine looks pretty slick. No leaks anymore in the valley pan down there. Got a little moisture there. A couple of these exhaust manifold bolts I think need to be retapped. But the engine was rebuilt, transmission was rebuilt. Just got a standard 2-barrel carb on it, nothing fancy. But everything's here. It's got a new battery from Northern Battery. So belts, hoses, everything's where it should be. The extra stuff is just hanging. I'll give it a little gas so you can hear it run. Like I said, driving wise, I think the kickdown needs to be adjusted with the transmission to give it the real balls it should have. You should be able to burn rubber from a stop anytime with this thing. It's got the 345. Anyways, that's the 1976 International Scout Terra I restored. Oh, your window rubber is going to need to be replaced, and this side mount bracket here is kind of busted. I've got some extra parts. I think I've got an extra set of doors. My guy that redid them just didn't take the time to do it, so you can see the windows slide fine. They just need the parts inside there in the door rail. Lots of fun stuff for a new Scout owner to do on their own. But the big work's done. I can show you the second row seat. There's my first Scout restoration. It's just the short version. Not in quite as nice shape as this one was when I started the restoration. So here is the here's the matching fabric bench seat in really good shape. Not really any significant tears or damage anywhere that you need to worry about, but it would make do. You can always order custom seat covers from Seat Covers Unlimited out of Arizona. It just takes a few months, I think like 3 months to order them and get them. I can show you what I ordered from them last year for my little Scout. But they're pretty decent. You know, they're just, I think it's the leatherette it's called version. So I like the bench seat. And there's my custom speaker boxes I built, just out of some leftover plywood there. Just spray painted them with black paint, and I put a Sony decent stereo in there, so very similar. That's it for the Scout.